So what exactly is a pump track? How do we ride one? And do they make us better riders? We're gonna answer all those questions in this video, and we're gonna show you exactly how to ride one of these things to make you a better overall rider and have a whole lot of fun while you're at it. Building skills at the pump track will give us superpowers when it comes to riding our bike anywhere else. In fact, you're gonna start seeing obstacles turn into opportunities, which is gonna allow you to ride smoother, faster, and believe it or not, everything's gonna feel a whole lot easier. Welcome back to Joy of Bike. I'm Mike, and chances are there's one of these pump tracks in your town, in a town near you, or one coming soon, because these things are popping up worldwide at a crazy rate. Pump tracks consist of two main components, rollers and berms. Rollers are gonna be these small bumps or little hills, and the berms are gonna be the corners, which are gonna direct us back into the straights. And the best part about pump tracks is that when they're ridden correctly, you're gonna experience a thrilling, somewhat weightless experience that I like to compare to a roller coaster that you get to control yourself. So what do we need when we're heading out to the pump track? Well, first things first, we need our bicycle. BMX bikes and dirt jumpers are ideal for this type of terrain, but they're not mandatory. In fact, today I brought out my trail bike and my BMX bike, and personally, I'd suggest bringing out the bike that you intend to ride the most. Now on the bike that we choose to bring out, I also suggest throwing on a pair of flat pedals. And last but not least, we're gonna wanna make sure that we bring our helmet. Walking up to the pump track for the first time can be a little intimidating, so let's talk about where we're gonna get started. Almost all pump tracks have a staging zone or a flat area similar to this. This area is really cool because it gives us a few options to roll in from that are really safe. This area also allows us to stay out of others' way that we're gonna be using the pump track alongside of. Stopping mid-track like this is generally frowned upon, and it can create hazardous zones for yourself or other riders who are trying to use the track as well. Most pump tracks are designed to be ridden directionally. However, you can ride them any way you want. But if you want to ride them the way the designer intended them to flow, how do you identify that? Well, it's super easy if you're riding one of these Velo Solutions pump tracks. All you need to do is look at where the word Velo Solutions starts, and that's the direction you're gonna ride toward. Now that we've identified the starting zone and the most simple direction of travel around the pump track, we can start rolling in and riding the course. Now, one thing to keep in mind here is that the end goal is to navigate the entire course without pedaling. However, if you do need to pedal, be very cautious of pedaling when it comes to the rollers. As you approach rollers, the goal is to have your pedals flat with the ground to avoid the potential pedal strike. When it comes to rolling in, we want to be vigilantly aware of other users riding the track. The general rule of thumb is the first person in motion has the right of way. It's kind of similar to driving a car. And we also want to go with the flow of traffic. So like I pointed out before, these tracks are designed to be ridden in a specific direction, but it's not mandatory. So if everybody else is going the opposite direction of the most simple flow, I would go that same direction as well, just to avoid any potential collision. Now keep in mind that these pump tracks do tend to get pretty busy, especially one like this that's in a neighborhood. It's really cool to see kids and families and professional riders alike coming out and enjoying this resource. So with that being said, just be mindful of other people at the track, take turns, be respectful, and this is a great time to meet new friends out at the pump track. Now, if you're looking for a completely empty pump track experience, that's something you can totally make happen. As long as you aim to get here on a weekday morning, heck, you can even get out here on a weekend morning just a little earlier than everybody else and beat the rush to have a pump track all to yourself. So as the name pump track suggests, we are solely going to use a skill called pump to get around the course and build speed without pedaling at all. Starting slow is the key to navigating the pump track and learning how to build speed as effectively as possible. We're gonna build speed by using rollers, berms, or other obstacles we encounter on the pump track by building momentum with our body and bike. We apply pump by putting most of the weight in our feet by riding in a neutral position. We're gonna push the bike down the back sides of the rollers to generate energy, and we are going to unweight ourselves on the bike on the faces of the next roller to absorb energy. If you're brand new to the pump track or to the skill of pumping, don't worry, we have a very in-depth video about the skill of pump. You can check that out right here, and that's going to allow you to get the most out of a pump track or any other area that you choose to ride. In fact, if your goal is to ever learn how to jump or anything of that matter, this is the video you're gonna wanna check out. If you spend the majority of your time on a bike on trail, berms like these can certainly be a little bit scary to navigate, just because they're so tight and steep, but don't worry, they are super simple. When it comes to entering these berms, we suggest entering them with pedals parallel to the ground. We're gonna go into the berm and keep our head up while looking ahead and leaning the bike. Again, we wanna make sure that we're riding in a neutral position on the bike with most of our weight going into the pedals. The more time you spend on the pump track, you'll begin confidently entering these berms and not only be able to maintain your speed there, but be able to pump through them and build speed there as well. When it comes to functional skill building on the pump track, one of my favorite exercises to do is entering the track without pedaling and going as slow as possible. I'm gonna solely use pump to generate speed around the track, and it's really fun to see how fast you can get going from nearly a dead stop at the entrance to the end. So let me demonstrate. Now that we've got most of the pump track basics out of the way, let's start getting creative on the pump track. But first, all this pumping has me worn out, so thankfully today's video is brought to you by Traction Coffee. Although these courses are designed with a specific flow in mind, the beauty of them is you can get as creative as you want. One example of getting creative on the pump track is linking any combination of rollers or berms together with a skill called manualing. If manualing is a new skill to you or it's something you want to learn, we also have covered that one in depth, and you can watch it right here, and I've also linked it down in the episode description below. When it comes to applying the manual on the pump track, this isn't something we're exercising just to look cool. In fact, it's a great way to maintain or build speed around the track. You can use it in different combinations where you're manualing into a pump or double manualing, different combinations all over the place to unlock the track's full speed potential. Another skill that we love to exercise on the pump track that not only looks cool but is also functional is jumping. If jumping is a skill that's new to you, we have a full in-depth video on it right here and linked down in the episode description below. Jumping not only allows us to navigate the course as quickly as possible and look cool while doing it, but you can also start unlocking some transfer lines if you're feeling spicy. Now just be aware, if you start experimenting with these transfer lines and there are other riders at the course, you want to give them a heads up to avoid any potential collision. Something cool that's starting to pop up at a lot of these newer pump tracks are wood features like this wall ride, which makes courses like this really fun for beginners and pros alike. If you'd like to see a more in-depth video on how to wall ride, let us know down in the comments below. As you can see, the pump track is great for getting comfortable on your bike and building an insane amount of skill, especially because it is a contained, safe, and predictable environment. In fact, this is the place we send people regardless of what their end goal is to ride, whether it's dirt jumps, trails, skate parks. This place is going to be the key in building incredible skills that'll transfer to any terrain very quickly. Spending a little bit of time at the pump track is going to absolutely teach you how to pump like a pro. below. And by this, I mean you're going to be able to identify obstacles where you can put energy into the ground or absorb energy, and it's going to absolutely change the way you ride your bike in the best way possible. Things that were challenging, scary, or difficult are going to become very easy and fun and approachable. Learning how to pump and applying a ton of practice behind it is not only going to allow you to have more fun on your bike, but it's going to allow you to unlock your ultimate joyride. So if you've never been out to the pump track, you should absolutely change that, because I guarantee you it is going to make your riding better, infinitely better, and you're going to have a whole lot of fun getting to know how to ride your bicycle of choice out here at the pump track while honing in the skill of pumping. I've put a comprehensive guide to pump tracks around the world down in the episode description below, so you can find one near you. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. It was an absolute blast. If you enjoyed this video, cruise down and hit the like button so others like you can see it too. If you want to see more content like this and you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell. And I'm curious, let me know down in the comments below what type of bike you're going to bring out to the pump track in your town. And last but not least, if you want to win a free bag of Traction Coffee and you're based in the United States, follow me on Instagram and shoot me a message. My handle is just @MikeMurfitt. I'll put it up on the screen right here as well. The 11th message I get, I will send you a free bag of Traction Coffee. As always, sending big love your way. Stay rad, and we'll catch you on the next one. Later. Spending time at the pump track is always an absolute blast. This particular one is in Firestone, Colorado. It's just down the road from us, and we love making it out this way. But with that being said, if you guys are looking for other skills that you can apply to the pump track, look no further. We have a video right here on how to jump. This is going to teach you how to jump rollers or obstacles at the pump track, or dirt jumps at your local bike park, or anything along the trail. So check that out. And if you're looking to learn how to manual, we've got a video on that right here as well. We'll catch you on the next one. See ya.